Ah, eso! 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 Vamos a la playa, a mí me gusta bailar el ritmo de la noche, salsa fiesta. Eso! All right. Shimmy, shimmy, shimmy. Shake it out. All the stress. All the stress. Get it all out. Get it all out. All the phones off. Do not disturb. Throw your phones out the windows. All right. Let's take a wonderful deep couple of breaths and get laser focused in Spanish. Nothing else exists in our world. Nothing needs to be searched online. No emails need to be sent. Nothing else except laser focus on Spanish for 1 whole hour of uninterrupted focus. Laser focus. Gracias. Excelente, excelente. Wonderful news for you all today. It's Friday! We have officially completed the halfway mark. Woo! 30 hours of intense, crazy diving into laser focused Spanish with Spock mode and everything. We're halfway done our journey towards confident fluency. You are all doing a wonderful job on your journey towards excellence. Wonderful. Of course, everybody's at different levels. It's not a competition. We are all on the exact same journey together. It doesn't matter how far along you are, but I see you all. We are well underway towards our goals, and we will achieve them because we are winners and we are all in. All in. Failure is not even on the table. It's not even worth thinking about. We're laser focused. All we have to do is follow through with our commitments. Stay on board. Stay on the path. That's all we have to do. We're doing a great job. Don't give up. Continue with your all-in commitments. And having as much fun being married to the Spanish language, being married to the experience. If it's not feeling fun, you got to ask us so we can tweak some things for you and optimize it. You can't force your way through this. This is a journey of poetry. We have to be enjoying as much as possible and having fun and using. It's not just about learning more vocabulary, learning more things. It's about enjoying, being vulnerable, connecting with people. So much fun. So much fun. Who would like to share some wins from your first 30 hours? What are your big wins? Oh, Kazi.
I can't see very well.
Perfect.
Hablé español por 2 horas ayer.
Whoa! 2 hours, brother. That is insane. Well done. 2 hours.
Aprendí los 3 grandes mentiras de México.
Okay. ¿Qué son las 3 mentiras más grandes de México?
Estaré ahí mañana.
Estaré ahí mañana. That's a big lie. I'll be there tomorrow.
Te pagaré mañana.
Te pagaré mañana. I will pay you tomorrow. That's another big lie.
Y tu español es muy bueno.
I'll allow that because it was hilarious. Even though it's bad NLP, it was hilarious and that was well done. I don't believe it. It's a lie. Tu español es muy bueno. Es a broma. I know. I said it was really funny, but still, I'm telling you, tu español es muy bueno y no es mentira. No es pendejadas. Tu español es muy bueno. Estás en el camino. Estoy orgulloso de ti. I'm proud of you, brother. You're doing great. Honestly, you're doing great. Tu español es muy bueno. Hablas todo el español. Excelente. Who else? Yes, welcome back, Miguel.
Thank you. I'm live now.
Moltec in the house.
Yeah. So last weekend, we had some friends over for dinner. All of them are Mexican, and we were listening to music. We put YouTube on, and then they wanted to listen to some rap battles, right? That's I
Heavy.
in the beginning I was like, I'm not even gonna try, but then I relaxed. I talked to someone, and I found myself getting jokes. I found myself like getting the end of it, like just the punchline, getting why it's funny. Like that, I was so shocked. I was very proud of myself for that too.
Excelente, excelente. That's what I'm talking about. We're on the journey. We're on the path. Who else? Online here? Come on, Sherry, 30 days. Come on, we're halfway mark. How's it been going? I know Mass has been stepping up hugely.
Okay, yeah, no, everybody I try to talk to, like I try to not try. I'm telling them I'm learning some practice, even with my dog walker. He's coming 10 minutes early, so we're practicing that way. So it's coming. It's actually getting fun now, finally.
Getting fun
Well,
now, finally. And
yeah.
you're clocking in
Yeah,
how
my
many minutes
clocking
per
it.
day of conversations?
20 minimum.
20 minutes minimum with the clock. There's no messing around. You can't lie to the clock. You can't mess around. The clock don't lie. Well done, brother. I love it. Excelente. Dao. Carnalito.
Hello. Hey, hola. ¿Todo bien?
Excelente. Perfect.
No, I met this guy in like a year ago, and then he said he was talking to somebody and saying, "Oh, he doesn't speak Spanish very well." And then I said, "No, I do. Hablo español," but he said it in Spanish, right? So I understood him. And then there was like two other Mexican girls sitting beside me, and they're like, "No, his Spanish is really great." And
Nice.
so like, yeah, people were fighting for me, and I was fighting for myself, and I was understanding, and it was great. Yeah, and somebody sent me a clip on this. It was a joke, and I got the joke. I was like laughing my ass off on the SkyTrain or on the train, and I was just like laughing, and I was like, man, this has been amazing, Phil. Thank you so much. Eres lo máximo.
Excelente. Estoy muy orgulloso de ti, hermano. Bien hecho. Very, very well done. It's important to fight for yourself, right? And don't allow people to tell you that your Spanish is bad. It sounds like a joke and it's all fun. Oh, my Spanish is shit. Your subconscious brain cannot get the joke. All it hears is my Spanish is bad. Ha, ha, ha. So it seems like a not so important point, but I promise you it's way more important than you think. Your words are so important, and the words that follow I am follow you. Super important. Enjoy the path, make the mistakes. You laugh at yourself, yes, but don't ever say my Spanish is bad. Remove that from your vocabulary. And people will fight for you. Excelente, excelente. Big wins, 30 days, 30 hours. More than 30 days, 45 days. Yeah, excelente. Thanks for volunteering.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, the whole thing about just there's so many verb tenses and it's overwhelming, but I've found myself using them like just in the homework. I'm like, estaba. I never knew what an estaba was. So I mean, I thought you stab people with a knife.
Estaba, nice.
But now I know, and just that's been amazing. I never thought I could learn all the Spanish, but it's possible.
Eso! Bam! Es posible. Alles ist Möglichkeit. Everything is possible. Todo es posible. Excelente. I like that actually. I was a stabbing the guy. I was a stabbing the guy. Stabbing, or estaba estabando. Oh, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. I have some sabiduría for you for today, and some interesting facts, and some hilarious jokes that are definitely not PG-13, but they're not for everybody. But if you're not going to use it, that's fine. But it's a nice exercise so you can identify the different things and reinforce it through context. And if you get the punchline, it feels so rewarding. So you don't have to say it, but you can just take the joke and enjoy it. But first, cuando dudes y no sepas qué es lo correcto, agradece el recordatorio, la memoria, el pensamiento, que eres humano. Eres humano. Cuando dudes, when you doubt, and why does it do this when the verb is dudar? It could be a command or uncertainty. When you may doubt, when you may be doubting, but we avoid the ing. When you may be doubting, when you may doubt, y no sepas. I keep telling you guys you never need that word, but somehow it keeps popping up. In conversations, it's a lot more rare, but sepas. Yeah, you don't know. It's the dot past the saber of you don't know. No sepas. You might not know. Or, when you might be doubting and you might not be knowing que, that, or what. Somehow, yes, every once in a while you see a que in the middle. That's very rare. What es lo correcto? What is correct? What is the correct path? What is the correct way? What are you supposed to be doing? Agradece. Appreciate, be grateful for. Gratitude. El recordatorio, recordar. Yes. Be grateful for the remember. Be grateful for the memory, the reminder, the información, the memoria. Be grateful for the memory de que eres humano.
Oh, you're human.
That you are human. Yeah. Well, humano, not un mano. Remember, so important. It took me a year to get to near native fluency. And I was in it a lot. And I was frustrated a lot. And I was beating myself up a lot. But I also always strive to continue and just stay on board. Stay playing the game. Just keep playing the game. Just one more day. Just keep playing the game. It's shit sometimes and it's really fun other times. I get to choose where I put my focus. And where your focus goes, your energy flows. If you're focused on all the shit moments and all the hard and the challenges, that's what's going to grow. And it's going to be, you're going to require more and more motivation, more and more discipline, more and more willpower. And it's not going to be an enjoyable experience. You still will get there, but it's not going to be enjoyable. But if you focus on, well, there's a little bit of fun, there's 1% fun, that will become 2%, then 10, then 20, then 30. And over time, even if I travel back in time and I taught myself Spanish, it would take me 3 to 6 months to reach confident fluency, even with me as a teacher. Allow yourself the time. It can't be done in one day. You are on the path. Don't doubt. Just keep going. Trust the system. Trust yourself. Trust me. Trust us. And trust your experience, how things have been going. And now we're going to be moving forward very interesting ways. El libro de las mentiras. Interesting fact for today. El 100 pie no tiene 100 patas. El 100 pie no tiene 100 patas. Yes. The 100 feet. So 100 pie means 100 feet. So what do we call them in English? What do we call something that has 100 feet? Centipede. Centipede, 100 pie, bipedal, bipedal, like we have 2 feet. And centipedes, 100 feet. So in Spanish, it's literally just 100 feet. The 100 feet doesn't have 100 legs. Patas would be like animal legs, like legs. Un estudio reveló que la cantidad de patas del 100 pies es proporcional a los segmentos que componen su cuerpo y estos varían según la especie. Además, se sabe que poseen un par de patas, unas patas por cada segmento y 2 pares en los últimos 2. La cantidad varía entre 15 y 177 pares de patas. Un estudio reveló. A study revealed. Reveló. Dot past. Elephants only. A study revealed. Un estudio reveló que la cantidad de patas.
The quantity of legs.
That the quantity of legs del 100 pies.
The 100.
Of the 100 feet of
Feet.
the centipede or the millipede. 100 pieds?
No, des centipieds.
Centipieds, something, something. We don't call them over.
We don't
Es proporcional a los segmentos. Es proporcional a los segmentos.
It's proportionate for its segments.
Yeah, a los segmentos.
To its segments.
Yes, it's proportional to the segments. Very good. Que componen su cuerpo. Que componen su cuerpo.
That comprises its body.
Excelente. Yes, and there's one more word that's even closer. That composes.
Check
Comprise.
the recording.
You said comprise.
Oh, comprises. I
Comprise,
did
compose,
say.
same thing.
Compose.
So remember all the poner, it's pose. So componen, they compose. Su cuerpo. Su cuerpo.
Su cuerpo, body.
Body, very good. That is composed of his body, its body. Y estos varían según la especie. Varían según la especie. They vary by species, according to the species or by the species or whatever. We don't care about según. Screw según. It's not important. They vary the species based on the species, according to the species. It sounds the same, but there's no D in there, so it just means like in accordance with or according to or in regards to, in relation to. It means, I think, like 20 things from my knowledge. So it's not about locking in one. It's just try to make it fit in English. These vary, blah, 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 the species. I mean, I'm constantly bullshitting. I have no idea what it means. I just fill in the blank based off the context. And if I don't have context in front of me, I remember a context and I figure out what it meant in that context. That's how I don't have a dictionary in here. I have a bunch of contexts. That's the best way for the brain to learn. It doesn't care about a dictionary definition. Context is everything. The brain thrives with context. It requires contextualization. So a study revealed that the quantity of legs of the centipede is proportional to the segments that compose its body. And these vary according to the species. Además, Además, furthermore, very nice. Furthermore, se sabe que poseen un par de patas. Se sabe. Se sabe.
You know.
It looks like that's a good guess, but is there an N in there? Do you hear an N?
No.
Se sabe. It knows itself. As in, here, we'll skip it for now. So it knows itself que, that poseen, poseen. They possess un par de patas, a pair of legs. So furthermore, it knows itself that they possess a pair of legs. How would you make it knows itself sound better in English? It could, yes, but then I don't think that they're right, that they think that the centipede thinks.
Realize.
Mhm.
En français, c'est on.
Yes, they'd be like, on sait,
don't know
on
how to say
sait.
that in
Yeah,
English.
it's on sait. It is known. It is known. It knows itself. So it is known. Sometimes you just have to figure out what fits best in English. And you have to try. The reason why I'm able to guess so well is because I've guessed wrong a million times. And people go, you're way off. Not even close. And I'm like, are you sure? Like, I'm Mexican. I'm pretty sure I know. I'm like, that's a good point. It's a good point. So through my million mistakes, I can now guess it is known. And I don't know what, I just bullshit the R. Se sabe, se sabe. It knows itself. It is known.
Game of Thrones meme of it is known. It is known. Maybe we can.
It is known. Yes, let's do it. It is known. Se sabe. I like that. I'm sure we can find that. Se sabe. So they possess a pair of legs por cada segmento. Por cada segmento. Cada segmento. Eh? What's cada?
Inside.
Cada día lo mismo.
Every
And segmento.
segment.
Every segment. Very good. Y dos pares en los últimos dos. Y dos pares. Now I'm pointing to you. Y dos pares. So that before we said it is
and two
two pairs in los últimos dos.
in the ultimate
Dos.
two.
Yes, excelente. So it is known that they possess a pair of legs for each segment and two pairs in the blank two. In the ultimate two, in the last two. In the last two, the ultimate one. It's an ultimatum, it's the last one. La cantidad varía, la cantidad varía.
Quality.
The quantity change.
The quantity varies. It varies entre 15 y 177. 177. 77. 77, very good. 177. 177. 177. 177. Gotta do some math. What is 100 plus 70 plus 7? Carry the 2. 177. It's worse in French. You gotta do 4 20s and a 10 and an 8. 98. 98. 4 20s, a 10 and an 8.
Yes, it's fucked up.
It's really
It's
messed
the-
up.
It's the same in Danish. Like they have the 2020. It's impossible. When you pay like 4 pennies, and what the fuck are you talking about?
Mhm. At least in Spanish, there's no multiplication, just addition. 177. Kind of like English. They used to be what?
I'm sorry. They used to be difficult.
Ah.
Because when I try to say my phone number in different languages, that never
Mhm.
works. I have to like stop, and
Mhm.
it works, but it takes a while.
You want to know my secret for phone numbers?
Please.
I still go 1 digit at a time.
Yeah.
It's so much easier because sometimes it can be confusing if you're like, if you say some like two numbers together, like 37, some people will do 37 and some will do 37. So then it's confusing. So I just say 37. Keep your life simple. Why complicate things?
I did two and two numbers. So 98, 45, 43, 36.
Yeah,
91.
that's
But
fine.
I do it every day, or not every day, but almost every day. And I force myself because I go to the to Chedraui to pay for something, and they always ask for
Yeah.
because that's the your number, whatever they
Mhm.
for some program. So I have to repeat it. So that's the only way I've learned my phone number.
Well, that's fine. If you have like a pattern of doing like 2 by 2s, they'll get the pattern. But if you're doing like cuatro and then 34, they might do 304 instead of 34.
Oh yeah.
So it's just if you're consistent with your pattern, they'll get you. But if you're not consistent and you do sometimes 1 and sometimes 2, it might 1% get confused. I just keep my life simple. I don't want complications. I go one number at a time. It works absolutely.
I can say.
Well, no. For a year, you have to. Yeah, like
I was
you
talking
say the
about
year.
dates with
And
somebody
for-
yesterday. And it
for
was,
4 years.
Yeah, yeah. 1992. You have
Okay.
to say the whole. Because
You
it's one
have to say.
number. So it's a phone number is comprised of multiple digits, whereas a year is technically it is also, but it's normally a year is one piece of information. So that you have to practice 1992, 1900, 900, 92, 92. 1,000 plus 900 plus 90 plus 2. ¿Dos mil? 2025. 2025. 2025. Muy bien, muy bien. Pero si no nos crees, puedes comenzar a contar desde hoy mismo. Desde hoy mismo. Pero si no nos crees,
Contrary to popular belief,
good guess. Well, let's do like breakdown. Pero
but
si
if
no nos crees.
we don't believe
So always go to the verb. The verb is crees.
to believe.
But who's doing the believing with crees? You. So si no crees means
You don't believe.
if you don't believe, and si no nos crees, if you don't
believe us.
if you don't believe us.
Why is that not contrary? Well, okay.
Well,
I'm being
It-
poetry-ish, but
is it's not I'm just saying this is the
It's not
facts,
popular
and if you don't
way.
believe it,
No.
if you don't believe it, and it could be if none of you believe it,
yeah, no.
so
makes
it
sense.
works, yes. But if we go, pero si no nos crees, if you don't believe us, puedes comenzar,
Puedes. Good.
puedo,
Could.
can,
Can.
so
can.
puedes,
Puedes is you can.
you can comenzar,
Commence.
you can commence, very good. You can commence, you can start a contar. Counting,
Counting.
contar, to count, contar, to count, contar. You can start to count, you can start counting. Desde hoy mismo. Desde hoy mismo. Starting
Right
right now,
now.
starting today now, starting today. Mismo is it means same, right? But it's often added as like lo haré yo mismo. Lo haré lo mismo. Voy a hacerlo yo mismo. Voy a hacerlo yo mismo. I'm going to do it myself. I'm going to do it me the same. So mismo is, they sometimes add it in there as like ahora mismo, right now. No ahorita, ahora mismo. right now. Now the same. I want now and the thing to be the same. I want the now to be the same time that thing gets done. Ahora mismo. Ahora mismo. Very good. So I will read it all in English and then in Spanish so you can absorb the information and feel a sense of progress. And then we will take actually, let's take a break first. We'll take a one breath and then we will prepare our minds. Muy bien. The centipede doesn't have 100 feet, 100 legs. A study revealed that the quantity of legs of the centipede is proportional to the segments that compose its body, and these vary according to the species. Furthermore, it is known that they possess a pair of legs for each segment and 2 pairs in the last 2. The quantity varies between 15 and 177 pairs of legs. But if you don't believe us, you can start to count from today right now. El 100 pies no tiene 100 patas. El 100 pie no tiene 100 patas. El 100 pie no tiene 100 patas. Un estudio reveló que la cantidad de patas del 100 pies es proporcional a los segmentos que componen su cuerpo. Un estudio reveló que la cantidad de patas del 100 pies es proporcional a los segmentos que componen su cuerpo. Un estudio reveló que la cantidad de patas del 100 pies es proporcional a los segmentos que componen su cuerpo. Y estos varían según la especie. Y estos varían según la especie. Y estos varían según la especie. Además, se sabe que poseen un par de patas por cada segmento. Además, se sabe que poseen un par de patas por cada segmento. Además, se sabe que poseen un par de patas por cada segmento y 2 pares en los últimos 2. Y 2 pares en los últimos 2. Y 2 pares en los últimos 2. No, skip that part. La cantidad varía entre 15 y 177 pares de patas. La cantidad varía entre 15 y 177 pares de patas.
You're muted.
Perfect.
Testing, testing. Can you hear? So según comes from the verb seguir, which is to follow or to continue. So según is according to. There's a great song called Según quién, where it's like there's rumors about, you've been hearing rumors about según quién, according to who. And the reason that I brought it up is that, so seguidores, you have on in Instagram, you have seguidores, you have followers, because seguir is to follow.
Mm-hmm. Seguir, follow.
So yeah, follow us for more, follow us for discounts. You see it in promotions. And also I brought it up because we saw it on the homework recently, where perseguir is to chase, conseguir is to get. So there's lots of words that are built off of seguir, and según is one of them, to in accordance to. It's kind of like following its nature, according to. So I thought I'd throw that out.
Thank you, hermano. Well done. Beautiful ads. Excelente. Grr. Isn't it fun to geek out and learn Spanish and figure out the details and see, connect the dots little by little? Even though you can connect the dots once and forget it, and you have to do it over and over and over again over the next 6 months for certain concepts, who cares? What's the rush? If you get it in 6 months instead of 6 years, wonderful, right? Certain concepts, everything in its time, everything in its place. Cool little side note on seguir, it means to follow. It's also to continue, very good. But podría seguir, it also is often used to replace estar when we're dealing with the INGs down here. So you could say, where are you? Sigo bailando. Sigo bailando. Instead of saying estoy bailando, I am dancing, it's like I'm still dancing. I'm continuing to dancing. I am still on this dancing thing that I'm doing. Isn't that cool? And you can use everything that you would do with estar plus ando. Estaré bailando, estaría bailando, he estado bailando, estaba bailando. You can use with seguir. Sigo bailando, seguiré bailando, seguiría bailando, he seguido bailando. I think so. Never heard that one before. He seguido bailando. If you're quite drunk and it's late, it works. Pasa. It works. Excelente. So, sigo. And it's also used as, like I said, sigo bailando. It could be like I'm still dancing. Sigo enfermo. I'm still sick. Ay, sigo camote. Excelente. Sigo con mi proyecto. I'm still with the project. ¿Sigues con tu novia? ¿Sigues con tu esposa? Are you still with? Isn't that cool? It's like, boom, a little extra context. If you try to memorize this, you will probably do yourself a disservice. Just allow yourself to be curious and to go, oh, interesting. I'm connecting all these dots. I've connected billions of dots. I only remember tens of thousands. That's just proportionate. It's just a numbers game. If you were at a big convention with 1,000 people, and I told you if you spoke to 500 people, you will find $1 billion, the love of your life, and a long lost friend who had facial reconstruction. Would you talk to all 500 people to make sure you find all three, or would you? Oh well, it's a numbers game. Be playful. Be in it. All right, now you guys are ready for some advanced jokes. You guys are all profesionales. Remember, don't put stress on yourself. You don't have to say this joke. This is a lot to just reinforce a lot of information, a lot of concepts. We want to identify the concepts. So this is just for context. This is a joke that I like to walk up to random people, like in a bike shop who they're having a beer after work, fixing some bikes, or some mechanics. Or I walk by a restaurant with some waiters that I know, and I walk up looking very concerned. And I say, ¿puedes apoyarme? And they say, sí, ¿qué pasó? es que mi español no es 100% perfecto. Mi español no es 100% perfecto. My Spanish is not 100% perfect. That's fine to say. It's very different to say that my Spanish is not 100% perfect and my Spanish sucks. I can't speak Spanish. I don't speak fluidly. I don't understand. Very different. My Spanish is not perfect 100%. So mi español no es 100% perfecto. Y el otro día, the other day, mi amiga se enojó conmigo. My friend got angry, or she angered herself with me. She got angry, she angered herself with me, she exploded at me, she's pissed off at me. There's a dot there, supposed to be a period. Me comí, I ate myself, like I ate myself. You could just say comí, but they like to say me comí. I had myself a sandwich. Well, I had myself a nice piece of pie, right? It's just a fun way. I could say I ate a piece of pie. Well, I wouldn't had myself a pie. Makes it more casual, makes it more fun, and it just speak like a local. That's how they speak. I would say probably like 80% of the time. What do you think, Jimmy? Me comí versus comí. Really? Oh, I don't know why I have me comí then. Maybe I have the people I've been hanging around with. They like to say me comí. So, okay, let's change it. Make it easier. But they both work. Let the record state. So, comí arroz con leche. I ate rice with milk. So some of you are thinking about a bowl of Chinese, food rice, a bowl of rice with a glass of milk inside. Rice pudding, yes, is a dessert. A dessert, rice pudding. It's a very sweet, it basically is rice and milk and sugar and maybe some cinnamon, a few of the ingredients, and they let it soak and it gets rice pudding. Y me enfermé. I sicked myself. I love it. I sicked myself. This one has to have the me. I've never heard enfermé by itself. Right, Jimmy? Yeah, me enfermé. I've never heard anybody say just enfermé. Me enfermé is the common way to say it. Bullshitear. Me enfermé. Fui al doctor. I went to the doctor. Me sacaron el arroz. Sacar. To take out. Please, sir, take out sacad. Take out sacad. To pull out. Sacar. They pulled. You could just say sacaron el arroz, but they pulled out of me the rice. Like they put a tube in, or they sucked it out, or they did whatever doctors do when they have to drain your stomach or whatever it is. Y le pregunté, I asked to him, right? To it, to her. I asked to him. See, super advanced warning, super poetry hat. Si pudiera. Yes, if he could. Why is it pudiera and not podría? Because podría is could. Because of the if. It is the if uncertainty, the parallel universe. 3-step process. Step 1, go to the dot pass. I couldn't poo because it wasn't poo day. Step 2, go to the third, or to the they. So they could pude, pudo, pudiste, pudieron. And from pudieron, the ron becomes ra. Si pudiera. But le pregunté a mi amiga. Important part. To specify. Sometimes it's important. So le pregunté a mi amiga, not to the doctor. So you see, every once in a while, it is important to add it in. You see, it happens every once in a while. I asked to her, a mi amiga, if she could sacarme la leche. If she could extract the milk. If she could pull out the milk. Now, in Spanish, leche is often going to be used in sexual innuendos as a certain bodily fluids. And then you look really confused, and they all go, no mames, way, no la cagaste. And then they're like, wait. And then I'm like, I know what I said. And they're like, oh. And then they laugh their asses off. I'm gonna film that this week. I'm gonna go with a friend, and we're gonna go to like 10 different random strangers and say some of these jokes, and you're gonna see the reaction. It is priceless. Everybody laughs so hard. They're so like, they're gonna go home that night and they're gonna talk to their friends, and they're like, wow, this crazy freaking person. You're never gonna guess what happened. He asked this girl to pull out his milk because he thought that it was the doctor was pulling out the rice and that there was still some milk left, and he got in trouble, and it was so hilarious. But then we realized that he pulled one over on us, and he knew exactly what he was saying. It was a joke. It's hilarious. Next one. This was a joke that I learned from a friend 2 years ago. Fui al doctor. I went to the doctor again. Me dijo, he told me that ya no debería masturbarme. Yes? Already should not masturbate myself. Now, yeah, it's already, but let's try to reframe this in English. Already, I should not masturbate myself. Not anymore. I shouldn't masturbate anymore. So this yeah, it could have this feeling of anymore, no longer. I should no longer masturbate. I shouldn't masturbate, is what he said. I shouldn't masturbate. Pregunté. I asked, and I could say le pregunté. Excelente. And I could say se lo pregunté. Se lo pregunté. Not to say le lo pregunté. Why not le lo? Huh? I asked him it. It sounds horrible. Lelo, or lolo, right? Lolo is the worst. Lelo is okay. And se lo was the final update. So, se lo pregunté or le pregunté. ¿Por qué? Why? Me dijo, porque estás en mi oficina, cabrón. Classic. ¿Alguna pregunta? Do you feel like that this information is landing? Do you feel like you're understanding the words, the verb tenses, the elephants, the only, the with me? What is it with you and your cunt ego? And the said, the self, invested, comí, arroz. I give a rose, right, to the rice dealer with leche. And I sicked myself. The me could mean myself. Fui, one of the dot irregular words, right? Fui, fue, to the doctor. Dot passed, Aaron. They pulled out from me the rice. And I asked, elephants asked to her, mi amiga, if, boom, the if tense, amazing. Go to the dot, they, run becomes ra. If she could, sacarme, pull out from me, pull out from myself, the milk. Identifying the patterns over and over and over, the concepts, until you're blue in the face. It programs your brain to optimize your ability to speak quickly and to understand quickly through this process of continuously and consistently identifying the patterns. Our brains are all wired for pattern recognition. Some people are blessed with a little bit more oomph for our pattern recognition and we can spot them out in the weeds, but everybody has some pattern recognition. If you look at a picture with a jaguar hidden in the background and you say, can you find the jaguar? Not everybody can find, most people cannot. But if I tell you, look at the bottom left and stare at it for 10 minutes, most people will eventually find the jaguar. If you give them a smaller photo or a smaller focus point. That sound good? All right, now let's do a little bit of Spanish therapy. What have you been struggling with? Concepts, specific things, vague things. What has been, yes.
Can you bring back the
Bring back the board.
So, pudiera and podría. Can you put it in two different sentences so we can see it?
Of course.
The difference.
Perfect. Fui a ver a mi amiga y le pregunté, ¿podrías sacarme la leche? I asked her, could you, podrías sacarme la leche? That's the quote.
So this can be changed with can you, like with
Sí,
puedes.
puedes, of course. ¿Puedes sacarme la leche? ¿Te gustaría sacarme la leche? ¿Sería posible para ti sacarme la leche? ¿Se encontrará dentro del remo de las posibilidades sacarme la leche? I'm not even sure what I just said right there. Would it fall or would it be in the realm of possibility that you pull out my milk? It's pretty good, right? I haven't rehearsed that. I've never said that before. So yes,
That's
so
podría.
there's always many ways. It's not one way. When I say this joke, I say it always in different ways. I don't memorize the joke itself. I say it in different ways. For you guys learning the language, it is beneficial to like get the joke as memorized, as much locked into your memory as possible, so that you can pay the price of practice in private to reap the rewards in public. And then you just go with it and you have it locked in. When I first started learning jokes, I was verbatim. But now that I feel like I'm at a high level of native fluency, I know when I learn new jokes like these ones, I learned these two within the last couple of years. And now I just have the image in my head of the story, how it looks like. And then I just bullshit my way through the joke. So it's always different now.
I feel like the understanding is easier because I understand what it is, but I want to know exactly when to use pudiera versus podría.
Excellent question. Excellent question. It's right here. When you have the C, if, this is the trigger, which is an invitation, not an obligation, an invitation to go to the dot past the day and make the ron into ra. This if right here. This is the trigger. So of course, remember when I said with the dancing, I could lift my hand and not make you spin, and I could make you spin without raising my hand. I have those, but normally with all dancers, especially with beginners, it's just easier that everybody's on the same page. When I lift my hand, we're gonna spin. And don't spin unless I lift your hand, or else maybe I'm confused.
The hand is the C.
The hand is the C. Yes, it's the trigger. When I started dancing, I was moving my hands too much. And sometimes a girl would start to spin. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, why are you spinning? And then she said, well, you move your hands too much. So I think that you're giving me the signal to spin. And I'm like, oh, yeah. And the dance teacher told me I should do less hand movements to stop confusing people. But at the end of the day, the C triggers the uncertainty parallel universe most of the time, even though you don't always need the C. Most of the time, it's just simpler to follow the pattern. And then later on, when you're more advanced, you can start deviating and doing cool things. But for now, keep it simple, sweetheart. Kiss. If, dot pass, they, run becomes ra. He, stop, drop, end, fuck shit up. We got 2 3-step processes, right? When we have ke, stop, drop, end, fuck shit up. When you have C, dot pass, they, ra. They're both subjunctive. They're both subjunctive. so they're both uncertainty, but they have a little bit different flavor. The easiest way to express this, which gives you the best understanding in the simplest, fewest words, is that the que is normally for something right now, and the if is normally past or future. Normally. And the other simplest explanation, again, if you ask ChatGPT or online, there's going to be like 10 pages of notes. I strive to simplify things in the easiest possible way so it can be programmed into your brain. That's my goal. Not to get you right all the time. Not to get you to be perfect. So that's one way. The que is normally for right now. I hope that you're well right now. Normally, that's how it is. And the if is for the past and future. And remember, the other way that I like to teach it, or to explain it, is the que is hopes and dreams and desires and fears and uncertainty and all these things. And the if creates a parallel universe where if I had $1 million, I would buy you a house. I don't have $1 million. I'm not even saying that I hope that I had $1 million or that I'm afraid of or that I desire that. I'm not. I'm simply telling you that if there existed, if there were a world, a timeline where I had $1 million, well, in that timeline, I would buy you a house. It's just does that kind of make sense? Excellent. And again, this stuff here, I went probably 2-3 years before I started using this because I was like, hell no. Actually, I really only started using it like a lot when I started teaching Spanish 5 years ago. I'm like, if I'm going to be teaching, I might as well simplify all the complicated shit that I couldn't be bothered to learn before because I got away with it without having to know it. And then when I started adding it in, I was like, wait a minute, this is so cool. And it opened up an entire different level of communication. I could now actually express myself like an adult. Normally, when I was speaking in Spanish for the first year, I was speaking more like a child who had nice vocabulary. I didn't know how to say, if I were you. I would say, if I was you. So you don't need to stress ever about this. You can absolutely never use this and you're fine. I mention this for the few of you who are like, yeah, I want to use all the poetry. Great question. One more. Yes, Dal. Gracias.
So the word pata is legs, but it could be for animals. Is that why they use a different word?
Great. Yeah, absolutely. So animals have patas and humans have piernas. It's like a definition. In French, you have also bouche and gueule, right? Paws. Exactly. Hey, perfect. Right? Paws. Right? So
does it include legs for a chair too, or a table, or
las
is
patas.
that
Yes, great question. It does. Las patas de la mesa.
okay?
Las patas de la, and if you say pato, las patas del pato, the duck, the legs of the duck.
Oh yeah.
Pato, pata pato, pata pato.
Because I asked.
You can. Las piernas, las patas. Actually, I'm not even sure. Las piernas, las patas. Maybe pierna, actually. Jimmy. The legs of the chair, piernas o patas? Or both? Las patas. But can you also say piernas, or is that weird? But they're both legal tender. It's in the book. It's fully. If you wrote that in the exam, it would be correct. It is in the dictionary.
My friend, I asked my friend how he got to the coffee shop, and he just said apata. So he said walking.
Apata, like by foot, on foot.
Yeah.
I hoofed it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly. That's what I thought it was. Hoofed it.
I hoofed it, right? Like hooves from a horse on the hooves.
Question.
Yes.
Pierna. It says on I always when I buy ham, it says pierna.
Pierna.
Is it from the leg of the?
Yeah. So I'm not sure why when the animal's alive, they'll normally say la pata, but then when it's dead is la pierna. I think it's more about the muscle of it. The pierna maybe refers more to the muscle of it, and the pata is more like, but I'm just bullshitting. Jimmy,
My question was more: is it because it's from the leg of the pig? You know.
yeah, well,
it
they
says
both mean
pierna.
leg. Pata, pierna, they both mean leg. But when the animal's alive, you would say es su pata. Why is it pata? But normally they'll use pierna for the meats. Is it because? Did you hear my explanation? It's a good question. Sí, pata, la otra pata. I think, yeah, it connects you to getting the feet from your dog. And so they don't want you to connect that word. That's why they have pork and pig. It's so that babies and kids don't realize that the chicken that they eat at home is not the same thing as the chicken that they see at the zoo. And that the beef is not the same as that nice, friendly cow. And that the pork is not the same as that friendly Gordy the pig from the movie. Because they love to see the pig on the movie and Peppa Pig. Peppa Pig. Peppa Pig is my friend, but I don't eat pig. I eat pork. It keeps it separate. So I think maybe that's why pata versus pierna. It just makes you feel easier to explain to the kids.
They have the same position.
All right,
Dead and alive.
we're good. We're good. We're good. All right, eres chingón. 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 Halfway mark. Medio punto. Medio punto.